So, I want to see this happen again. This is a rematch. NRG already played Omelette once this tournament in Group A, the first match, and they 3-0'd them. But Omelette then went on to beat G2, and they beat Rogue, who, if they lose, they will have to play again. So they have been playing at a level that has been up there, except NRG has been the team that they have not been able to solve for. So, Jorby, I'm going to give this over to you. You guys have this match. Winners final, NRG versus Omelette. Take it away.
Thank you so much, James Bott. And CJ, look, I've been thinking about this for about 24 hours now. I knew this match was coming. I know NRG beat them 3-0 last time. But to me, this is a different Omelette team. Like, I doubted them twice before, and then they won. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can doubt them anymore, even if it's NRG.
I thought they were going to sort of lose yesterday. Obviously, there was that, once you made it through to the main bracket out of group stage, there was that double elimination. It all reset, and I thought they're going to drop down to the lower bracket again. But they've made this upper bracket run in this tournament, and as you said, I think they're a different unit since they got swept last time by NRG. But obviously, on the other side of things, as we said, this is the tournament favourite. They're so consistent in this new lineup with Squishy Muffins joining Justin and Garrett. And I'm excited, James. I was about to call you James. Oh, goodness. I'm excited, Jorby. I'm ready to go.
Too many J's, CJ, for sure. But Freshness cutting off the move downfield, but Garrett just boomed it. Squishy right behind him, and will be taken away by Lion Blaze. Lion Blaze, I think, has been an excellent addition for this tournament. He has added consistency, especially to the back line, freshness, taking the pass from Luke, and that's the kind of stuff we see from Omelette throughout their tournament run, these team plays that develop seemingly out of nowhere after they've mounted a little bit of pressure, but they're on their own line right now, and they make the touch despite the double commit.
And I think that everyone is forgetting that Lion Blaze is the Rule 1 champion. This cannot be understated. And when, the game is on the line in those situations, you've got the likes of Luke, who we've already seen create those moments. But Lion Blaze, he's already won a tournament so far in the past few days. That experience and that motivation that he's already won to win again is going to be huge, Jordan.
And another roller down to Squishy. That shot's... he almost sniped the corner. And Garrett getting a demo on the back line, but there's just no opening to continue pressure. Garrett tried to jump the read. Squishy's forced up on the line. So about a minute and a half gone, and I'd say both teams have traded a couple of opportunities.
And just lots of presence already, and a lot of respect, I think, from NRG coming out against Omelette. Squishy off the bar, can't get it away. Garrett comes in also off the bar, and Justin's got to try and keep pressure on with a little bit of solo, but they're defending so far. They're holding it out so far, Omelette, and just trying to warm up into this series.
Omelette's defense has gotten them out of games before. Freshness in a 1v1, but it's knocked away. And now Squishy's got a full tank. He'll start from his own corner. Looking for Garrett. He's got him. The shot is right into Freshness. Oh, they bumped into each other. This might be a chance for Omelette to get the clear, but a little slow back up to it, and Squishy works his way back towards Omelette's box.
NRG getting a little bit fancy. They've obviously had the Wheel and Deal. They lost the Wheel and Deal grand final, but they're just feeling themselves. They're still having a lot of fun, and Garrett with that pre-jump earlier. You can just tell that they're very comfortable against his team, and why wouldn't you be after a sweep? But as we say, it's Omelette. You can't count them out.
You do definitely have to be careful, especially with the approach here from Omelette. They haven't really, besides those two shots from Squishy, the one where he hit both really, where he hit the crossbar, NRG haven't been able to keep consistent pressure, and that miss from Squishy on the back wall will give Lion Blaze a shot off the bump from Luke. Lion Blaze will shovel it into the top corner. Omelette take the first lead of the series.
They just find ways to score goals, Jorby. What a bump from Luke coming out there as well, and NRG seemingly having pressure for the last 2 minutes or so, and it goes straight down the other end. Omelette open up game number 1, and this team, they just know how to score.
Every time, and when those openings aren't there, you see it right there. Luke will find bumps wherever he is on the pitch, and that just creates space consistently. Freshness couldn't grab the flip reset. And NRG trying to get the clear back into Omelette territory. But good management in midfield here by Omelette. Lion Blaze ends up stopping the ball on the back wall. And Freshness will come up again. It feels like NRG, they get to some of these challenges, but They're either a little late or a little off on the challenge on this progression from Omelette. Another one. Freshness had to get him out of the way, but Freshness has no boost. Luke is there. Shot's good. It's 2-0 Omelette.
A triple whiff coming out from NRG. I think Justin and Garrett sort of faked each other out. And again, we see this Luke just being an absolute pest in the offensive half for Omelette. And just this time it wasn't the bump job. He just got that touch over the top to put that one away. Omelette 2-0 up in game number 1.
And NRG feeling good after wheel and deal, but certainly have to reel it back in a little bit. And game 1s they tend to feel random sometimes in any matchup that we come into. So game number 2, NRG definitely turning the screws the right way again. They're actually getting some good pressure. Justin's shot barely saved, and Lion Blaze got dunked by Squishy. They don't even need to wait till game 2. They're back on the board.
There we go. That's what we like to see. Justin getting that 50-50 and Lion Blaze rotating into back post, but he ended up facing backwards as well, and Squishy got that lovely 50 into top left corner. A minute left, Jorby. They're only 1 goal down. I think that NRG have ample time right now to make that comeback.
Absolutely. Garrett will start that push from his own corner. Lion Blaze gets there for the touch, but now having to figure out where Justin's going to go. Luke able to make the touch, get it out, and force Squishy to clamp the edge. He did. Lion Blaze and Freshness looking for a clear out. Garrett makes their job difficult. Got the ball out to Justin, and Justin drills it right in. A quick tie game.
That's just what you love to see from Justin. Gets the air dribble. The first touch was so close. He got the glue, the typical glue that all the pros like to talk about. That ball did not leave the front of his car for a second, and he beats 2 defenders. And as we said, there was ample time to tie it up, and NRG have done just that.
Off the kickoff. Squishy quick on the challenge midfield. Luke dumps it out to the side. Omelette, it was a quick start, but it was definitely a lot of NRG miscues early on that I felt like afforded them those opportunities. Luke, he was the enforcer on one of the goals. NRG! Oh, the pass over to Justin. He gets his second and an NRG lead.
NRG looks to have absolutely pinched this game number 1 here with just 9 seconds left. Great passing play, great infield there. Justin so quick to put that one near post. And NRG 2 goals down with a minute left, Jorby. All of a sudden, look to take game number 1.
And then pulling off on the kickoff to try to grab possession. Maybe one more chance here for Omelette. Nobody in sight of the ball, but flying in was Lion Blaze. Squishy quick up, he'll spike the ball onto the ground. And NRG effectively steal game 1 from Omelette.
I mean, I just felt like those first 2 goals from Omelette, although they were great goals and opportunistic goals, I'd probably call them, it still felt like NRG had a lot of that pressure here in game number 1. And then finally, with a minute to go, they stepped it up and they started converting from that pressure job. They put away those crucial shots, and Justin with that incredible air dribble over the top of 2 defenders as well. They just find ways to win, and I think we've got a series on our hands.
And that's the problem with NRG, right? You can build a multi-goal lead, but this team has always, like with Justin and Garrett, beyond Squishy, they've always been able to adapt to their opponents, seemingly out of nothingness, right? They don't even need in between games to figure things out a lot of the times. They're able to adjust in the game itself, and it shows right there. I mean, they were able to adjust, get on the ground, start taking it. It looked like they were starting to have a little bit more urgency, and they're so hard to beat when they are in form.
Yeah, and I think for Omelette, if they were happen to steal that game, because I feel like even if they did win, so say 2-0, NRG had so much pressure in game number 1, I feel like they still sort of, I wouldn't say not deserve to win that game, but they got a couple of opportunistic goals. So to not win that game, it might really hurt Omelette in the long run, because I think NRG now, they look to be putting away those shots and they're looking to really step forward and create opportunities.
Well, Lion Blaze gets the first touch out. Something Omelette did so well against other opponents, G2, Rogue, and Envy, was just this aggressive play in the offensive half of the field. They were able to steal boost, get a lot of demos. We've seen a lot of bumps and demos come from this team, and that's really where a lot of their opportunities have come from. Lion Blaze not able to find this touch, but Freshness will be next up. He wins a 50, but we're still working our way towards Luke. Another hit. Garrett actually missed it. Not even punished. The 4th man keeping the ball out of the net.
I mean, you just have to score that. Obviously, probably didn't realize how open it was, but he has absolutely smacked that ball off the crossbar. And early pressure right now for Omelette. You just don't want to see that sort of thing go unrewarded. There were some demos coming in, and I mean, now NRG down the other end. Squishy's going to be able to put this away. No, Luke gets back just in time, just as he's done all tournament, Jordan.
And Justin keeping it close and forced Luke to make a decision there. He does, back over to Freshness. Squishy takes that ball away again. He'll pull off, does he? Oh, well. I thought Squishy at first was going to go for that read, but he gave it to Justin, who was playing close. The second man, Justin! Airlock target strike!
That's what you love to see from NRG. Look at this from Justin. Ball cam's off, and he is barreling straight for Freshness. Absolutely smacked out of the way, leaving Garrett with an open goal, really. And NRG, I just love this team, Jobby. I love watching this team. They're so exciting.
They are so much fun to watch. When we got the first look of this team, I believe it was the Brawl 10K with Squishy. Some of the things that they were doing were exactly what I expected with Squishy Muffins joining the team, and the amount of rapport that he has with Garrett and Justin. It is palpable since their very first match that they've played competitively, and it hasn't really stopped at all.
Oh, it's just an incredible lineup. I mean, the chemistry's already there for this team. That probably wasn't a question going in, as Squishy looks to pressure, can't get the double touch, and the triple commits from Omelette. That is not what you want to see in defense.
You got to keep talking, and being under sustained pressure for so long, starting to get into a rhythm on defense, it can be easy to get silent. But you got to keep everyone aware about where the ball is on the pitch. In fact, right in front of your box, but no goal just yet for NRG. Justin quick to the ball, and that's going to force Omelette to stretch, but a favorable 50. We'll see if Omelette can get set up here. Oh, Luke tried to jump for it. He got demolished.
Oh.
Justin, dips right under him. Can he get the shot? Funneled it off the crossbar. No goal. Garrett slaps it in. What a play from NRG.
Justin so deserved the goal here. He went to one side of the corner of the goal and then hit the other bottom, and it lit up for Garrett. Great positioning, great rotations there. Third man. He was just stalking that play, wasn't he, Jobby, and just pounced at the right time.
And so quick. The quickness with which he got his read is that it's that extra half step ahead of the opponent that makes Justin so hard to fight against, especially if you're an up-and-coming team like Omelette. Right now, they are just being brought to task. Luke barely picking up a save. And they're just managing on defense right now. They are barely getting to these touches. Luke a little bit of space, but all he can do is dump the ball downfield.
I mean, Omelette right now just facing the full-fledged NRG offense, and it is scary right now. 2 goals up, NRG. Justin's back post, he's rotated in, can't get the touch or the shot on target, but NRG right now, as I said, they're 2 goals up, but they want more, Jobby. They're hungry.
Ooh, and Squishy will take that ball away. NRG's unpredictability on the rotation in this game is really throwing Omelette through a loop.
Oh, the
and Garrett! Oh, it's off the post, and Justin can't score either. The fourth man keeping Omelette within 2.
Garrett, he wanted that so bad. That would have been an incredible goal. He almost got the back foot little fake there on the first musty, and then he hit it delayed, and it just come off the post. NRG could have gone up 3-0, and then that would have been the game. But Omelette, they're still alive. Having said that, Squishy's putting things right back on net.
Able to throw it out down to down to Freshness. Freshness still with control of the ball. Luke close behind. No shot will materialize as Garrett wins both challenges, and another. That'll be more time off the clock. Luke downfield for Freshness, broken up by Squishy. Justin again here with control. NRG, they have felt absolutely zero pressure from Omelette. Omelette only able to register 4 shots on net to the 13 from NRG. It's not even close in the offensive department.
Oof. And I think it's just that pressure as well is something that Omelette's really struggling with. They can't really create that offense of their own as there's 15 seconds left and it looks to be all wrapped up. Can Justin put that away? Justin, what an incredible series this man is having so far.
Is there any angle Justin can't hit? Wherever he is, he can score. We saw him almost do it with, it was 180 degrees earlier, CJ, and he still almost just shoveled it into the net.
What a
Guy's
man!
playing out
He's
of his mind.
incredible. I mean, I don't know. What do you do to stop this man, Justin, right now? Especially when he's in peak form like this, as the demos are coming out and 3 seconds left. I mean, he's just so hard to defend. As he gets another one right on cue. I don't know. He looks unstoppable right now.
He really does. Another 2 goals for Justin in this game. It's 4 to his name in this series so far. And it is a best of 7, so it's a bit of a longer series. Omelette aren't exactly in super danger mode just yet, but they have to find a way into this next game. But NRG have given them nothing, CJ. I'm not sure how they can break out of this right now because NRG are playing such a complete game.
And I think it's not just trying to deal with NRG's pressure job, it's also trying to create pressure of your own. And that's what Omelette have really struggled with. Even in that first game when they did score 2 goals, it wasn't really off pressure or, boost stealing and getting that offensive positioning. It was just some demos and bumps, which are obviously really effective and it worked out. But just game number 2, it really highlighted their lack of just, field position and being able to keep pressure on NRG, because right now they're pretty much walking all over them.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you that, their chances were opportunistic, Omelette, and what they were given from NRG. They're just a slower team. They just look outclassed right now, but NRG have looked like they outclass everybody in every match that they play. They are such a tough force. Like, I thought it was completely unfair when they're like, yeah, we're signing Squishy. And I'm like, who let this happen? Who let this happen? How could you do this?
It is I don't know. It's fantastic to see though this team they've obviously formed and they've had a second and a first placing from some tournaments so far. And right now they went into it really the tournament favourites, and they have done nothing so far to sort of sway our opinion on that. I mean, even in this game, the winners final right now, looking to go through to the grand final, they just have not put a foot wrong. Obviously, they were 2 goals down in that game number 1, but they just kept coming in that pressure. Just it faltered the defense of Omelette early. And right now for Omelette, they have to do something. They have to change up the pace and get some demos and just go for a few things, because I don't know how to stop NRG. And I can't really give them any advice, Jordan, because I don't know what to do against this team.
And it's difficult when even you don't know, CJ. I certainly don't have the solution for Omelette right now. I think that the only thing they could do is try, like you said, up the pace, find a way to get more boost in some respect, because they just have to challenge everything against NRG. The unpredictability that we were talking about earlier is when Justin decides to not rotate and then he just sits downfield, and none of Omelette know that he's still downfield, and Squishy gets a hard touch downfield to him, and Omelette don't have time to get back. So they have to be aware 100% of the time. They have to keep talking. I think that hot comms are really the only way to try to fight the tornado. We'll say hurricane NRG. That's the name of this one.
I mean, yeah, with Justin sitting downfield, the only thing you can really do is when you're that last man back, you have to be a little bit more aggressive and a little bit faster, because if Justin's beating your last guy to the ball, I mean, it is danger signs for Omelette. So I think just stepping the pace up in general, perhaps being a little bit more aggressive with the way they position and just going for a little bit more. I mean, at this point, they're 2-0 down now in the series in this best of 7, and I think at least you get that one game now to sort of find out if you can really just throw the kitchen sink at it. Because if it doesn't work, you can obviously go back to your own style and try and complete that reverse sweep. But I think that pace, it has to be a factor right now for Omelette to try and get back into this series.
Maybe you start looking at Luke. He's had some stellar performances in this tournament. Sometimes the sole reason why they stayed alive in a game, I can't remember which team it was against, but in one of the games he just made save after stop and kept a 1-goal lead to win. That's the magic that Omelette have created in this tournament. That's what's gotten them to this point. And right now the magic isn't there. NRG, I've said everything I could possibly say about NRG, man. Like, I could just say the same things over and over again and never get tired of talking about how fun they are to watch.
I mean, you raise a good point with Omelette, though. They have been creating that magic. Obviously, Luke with those clutch goals, but at some point, does the magic run out, Jobby? How many times can you sort of step up and create these incredible individual goals, these last-second equalizers or game-winning moments for Omelette? I mean, at some point, you have to sort of have this generic way to score, which is NRG is obviously their pressure. And I don't know what Omelette can bring right now to NRG to sort of find those sort of standard goals, if you will, because the magic's going to run out at some point. You can't rely on Luke just popping off in the last 30 seconds every game.
Yeah, absolutely. I will give this to Omelette. In their series against Envy, it had looked like Envy had figured them out halfway through the series, but then they had done a great job adjusting to what Envy were giving them and then took control of the series. So I think that Omelette, how high does their skill in being able to adjust go? Because you're up against probably the best team in North America at doing so.
Yeah,
we're waiting to get the lobby set up, getting the players ready to go, guys. We appreciate your patience, but that's why you're seeing our lovely faces and not the lovely cars on the pitch.
Stick with us. Yeah, we're just sorting out a little issue, but, NRG, they came off the hoops, lost in the grand final. That doesn't mean anything right now. The wheel and deal, they lost the main event. This is the side event. Forget about it. But I think we're finally getting back into it. NRG, clearly hoops isn't their mode, but clearly standard Rocket League, which, if you ask me, is probably the better mode to be good at, the standard 3v3. They are just unstoppable right now. We'll see if they can change that, though, in the side of bomb.
Oh, Omelette, get a look on the kickoff. Not much of one, though, as Squishy catches the ball and takes it back over to Omelette territory. You see, for Gary, he doesn't have a lot of boost here, so it'll be a look for Lion Blaze. He has the boost. Oh, no, it hit the post. Luke plays it slow off the crossbar, and Squishy picks up the save. Maybe one more chance. No, Freshness can't even work it back out. Lion Blaze will be next up, but Omelette, that was a big chance to start the game.
Big chance indeed, and you have to take those against one of the best teams, or the best team in North America, one of the best teams in the world looking right now. I know it's obviously hard to tell with everything being online and regional based, but NRG looking so strong. Omelette have to score those double touches, and it could have been an incredible start here to game number 3.
Garrett getting right back around Lion Blaze, and Luke forced to stretch to the opposite corner. Nice little first flick to get by Garrett. Justin can only delay Freshness. And Luke getting a demo on the back line. It's probably the first demo we see out of Omelette. Freshness trying to drop it down for Lion Blaze, and the challenge will be Squishies. You saw Luke, he was pretty far up. That puts Omelette in a precarious position on defense. The Lion Blaze just getting that touch. It's still tenuous for Omelette. Luke can't find the touch, and Garrett sinks it. 1-0 NRG.
I mean, I like the aggression in a way from Omelette, but just it hasn't worked out there, Jobby. They've overcommitted too much, and they've been left flat-footed in net. Great shot from Garrett, putting that top left corner and getting the first goal on the board. Omelette still have to step it up and just try not to overcommit too much.
Garrett cheating up on this kickoff, ends up stomping on the ball. Now Omelette trying to keep that ball away from Justin. A tall order. The Squishy bounces that straight back down, and just the aggression, they don't win that 50, but there was enough space for Justin to at least find a touch. Lion Blaze with no boost, gives a lane for Freshness, but he can't do it. No goal for Omelette, missing by inches.
No. And again, we just have to score that. I mean, I'm saying we because I'm just pleading for Omelette right now to get back into this game. I mean, it was such a golden opportunity right now. I think for Freshness, sort of playing hindsight there, perhaps didn't realise that the demo was coming out when he was going for the shot and rushed it a little bit. But I mean, another golden opportunity as Squishy puts it wide, and Justin's flying in as well. NRG trying to get their second on the board.
Now Luke will actually get a chance, but all he can do is throw it up against the backboard. Lion Blaze on the opposite side wins one touch. Does he get it across? No. Justin was waiting in net, and it's a massive clear for NRG again. Despite NRG, well, hang on, Squishy. It was a light shot, so Lion Blaze easily has the save. But we've spent about 3 minutes and 45 seconds in this game, and about 2 minutes and 45 seconds of that have been spent in Omelette territory.
But again, that one opportunity that we just had there for Omelette came off a bump, and we need more of that, Joby. We need to see those bumps again, most of the goals, or really half the goals that Omelette have scored in this series have come off those sort of bump demo plays, just disrupting downfield. We saw Luke pushing down there. We need more from Omelette here with a minute 50 left. We need to see those bumps and that disruption in the offensive half.
And it can be so hard to disrupt when you've been dealing with this pressure for over the course of 3 games in trying to find, a way through the NRG defense, and the touch from Squishy will make any rebound for freshness impossible. It was a nice challenge from Lion Blaze, but NRG continue to push. Omelette are barely holding on some of these touches on their own box. But Luke, another good clear for Omelette. Lion Blaze has no boost though. Uses a wave dash to grab some speed. He'll steal the boost out. Freshness out of space in midfield. Takes another touch off the ceiling. One more maybe? No, Squishy's there, but NRG's starting to feel pressure. The net's open, and Justin dives back for a save. Forced to double commit. There's going to be a chance. They give it to Freshness. The shot's on target, but Justin is there again. Luke closing the gap, but Squishy winning the challenge. Delaying Omelette at every single turn. Another chance. Shot on, no. It looks like Garrett got in the way of it. Now, Lion Blaze keeps it going. He got a full tank from midfield. He's going to lose that boost battle against Garrett G. But the ball's back behind Freshness. I keep feeling like something's going to develop for Omelette, CJ. But every time they get close, NRG take him out of the play. There's a dump, but the third man is going to play it safe. That's Luke. And he can only delay the counterattack as Squishy's behind the ball. Tried to cut off Justin. No good off the backboard. Lion Blaze picks up the rebound. And now NRG have control with 20 seconds remaining. Omelette need a miracle.
I mean, that was just the best opportunity of the game for Omelette. They had pressure for pretty much the last minute, and they had so much boost control. But just wayward shots and wasteful opportunities. It's going to mean that NRG might be able to move on to series point here. I mean, with 4 seconds left, Squishy's looking to put another one in. Can Omelette do anything? Freshness is up. He can't get the touch. Here goes Justin to try and kill the ball. It's got to hit the ground. Eventually, Luke's got to sandwich it across, and the demo comes out. NRG moved to 3-0 and series point here, Jorby. I mean, it is tough right now to score for Omelette.
In this tournament, NRG are 6-0 in games against Omelette. Omelette have not won once against this team. And this is the only team they've lost to so far. They have beat everybody else. But NRG, they are the final boss of North America right now. And they 1-0 looked like 4-0. I felt no sweat for NRG that whole time. Even when Omelette had that late game pressure, it didn't feel like they ever got into a place where they could have a threatening shot.
And it's not even a discredit to Omelette either, Jobby. I think they've just met their match. I don't really think that they're playing that bad. I mean, NRG are just looking so good at the moment. I really think that Omelette is still a great team and are still playing quite well, even in that, obviously not making the most of their opportunities. I mean, we saw about 3 open net misses in that game alone, but NRG, they look a level above everyone else in North America, in this tournament at least, but I feel like since they've formed.
Well, if NRG aren't enough to convince you, the data's also against Omelette here. Only 3 times in major competitive Rocket League history has there been a best-of-7 reverse sweep. We do not see that often at all. It is a rare case, but Omelette, well, if you have a magical run, magical things can happen, but you got to get the mana going right here. Lion Blaze playing this out to the corner. And they'll start this off with control. Luke, next up, Freshness is going to try to cut off the angle. He does, giving a chance for Lion Blaze. He had to dive for that ball. And Garrett will get a clean touch to Squishy downfield off the ceiling and taken away.
I mean, that's just what you love to see from NRG. Garrett was last back there. Squishy had boost and could have rotated behind, but he just went on a journey. He went on a journey downfield, Jobby, to look for a little bit of a redirect, and it almost came off for NRG. That's the confidence you see from them. They're backing each other in to win that 50, win that challenge last man, and get on that attack.
Justin up high. Does he have the double touch? He does! Well, you know, the journey is great and all, CJ, but the destination is oh so sweet.
Wrap it up now, ladies and gentlemen. This man is on a mission to take out this whole tournament. Justin has been the MVP of the winners final. He's on another level to the 5 other players on the pitch at the moment. I can't believe what I'm witnessing. This is outstanding gameplay.
The Justin slump is nowhere to be found as he tries to force his way towards Omelette's box. Omelette are left stunned right now. No answer to NRG. Luke forced to stay back. Garrett will pull off here now. Squishy losing the challenge to freshness. Could be a breakaway opportunity for Omelette, but nobody is ready. And the product of the amount of pressure NRG have put on, depleting resources, playing the Enforcer. Oh, and what a goal line stand from Omelette.
And this is the way they can score. Overcommitting from NRG. It seems like it's the only way you're going to score against this lineup if they get a little bit too aggressive here in game number 4. But NRG managing to scramble back in that situation. But look at the arsenal that NRG have right now. The different facets of play. We see the backboard touches from Justin. We see the bump plays coming out from Garrett as well. They seem to have everything, Jorby.
They certainly do. But Luke, he wants some of the pie for himself. Freshness, he can't find any room at the table. Garrett, another challenge. Every single touch from Omelette is just met by a blue card. But did they find a gap? No. Justin, the last man, picks up the save. But maybe a chance here. Lion Blaze stole it, double tapped. He's got it. Give it the freshness, and ever so patient, Justin getting up for the touch.
I mean, this defense is looking impenetrable right now. It has to be so frustrating for Omelette. They just, again and again, there's these good opportunities. They're getting great looks, double touch passes off the backboard, and they're just not going in. Nothing is working right now for Omelette. But with 2 minutes left, Luke's trying to change that, getting shots on net and getting pressure.
Lion Blaze giving a look. Squishy taking the ball away on the rebound again. Omelette have not grabbed any rebounds on NRG's backboard. They have tested it. They've had the ball bounce off of it, but they haven't been able to find the touch. The only thing they can really do is quick taps and hope that they can delay long enough for NRG to make a mistake, but no mistakes are found. Justin is a scoring, killing machine.
And look at Garrett here, recognizing how crept up Luke is. He went for the boost, and it just wasn't the right play there. Freshness couldn't get back in time, and I mean, great shot from Garrett off the sidewall. 2-0 now to NRG. They are looking to sweep their way through to the grand finals.
It looks so clean right now, and that's exactly what you expect out of this roster. Despite the hype we've given, due credit to Omelette for how they've played in this tournament, you have to give credence to 2 current LAN World champions and then one of the other best players in North America. These guys are absolutely insane. They just don't make any mistakes against Omelette, and the result are shutouts. Shutout after shutout, and the only goals they've ever gotten are when NRG have kind of, a little lackadaisical at the start of the series. But since then, there's never been a point where I felt like Omelette finally had it, and Garrett, with a little more boost, maybe kind of wrapped around.
Yeah, I mean, the only goals that Omelette are really scoring are those bump goals where you're really disrupting the structure and the positioning for NRG. And that's a testament to NRG, because right now, if you aren't changing in and disrupting that structure, they look impenetrable, Jorby. I mean, you really have to be demoing this lineup and removing them from the pitch to score goals, as Squishy's able to track back here. And another chance coming in. Justin so poised. So here we go. Double touch. Can he get it? You betcha. Oh! NRG will be sweeping Omelette and moving on to the grand finals. Ladies and gentlemen, get your brooms out.
NRG are just incredible. Wow. 4-0, 7-0 against Omelette in games in this tournament. They have their number, and the rest of the time on the clock is merely a formality. NRG go to another grand final. This time, the Summer Shuffle. Man, they're just so fast. They're just so speedy.
And Omelette have not scored a goal since game number 1 as well, where we saw those bump plays coming out. I mean, it's been incredible for NRG. I mean, if they can bring this to the grand finals, I don't think there's a team that can stop them. I certainly can't see Omelette turning it around unless something huge happens or Luke just puts on his superhero costume like we've seen in previous days. But as the ball is about to hit the ground, 4-0 to NRG there in game number 4, and that was such an impressive showing. Justin particularly, wowee.
Well, the stove may have cooled, but we're moving Omelette to the back burner. It's not over for them quite yet. They have to go down and play Rogue again. They beat them the first time. But once, that's, happenstance, CJ. Twice, you might have something there, but I don't know yet. I have to see it out of Omelette against Rogue. And it doesn't matter really who comes out of that lower bracket match. This is just going to be tough for anybody when NRG look like this.
I mean, the only thing that the team coming down from the lower bracket have for them is momentum. I think that in terms of just who's looked like the best team all tournament, it's been NRG hands down. And right there, I mean, that was for mine. They're clearly their best series so far. That was super impressive defensively as well. They just, even when they're up 4 goals, they were just locking it down in defense. They did not give Omelette an inch to work with. And honestly, I feel like when Justin went for that double touch and I said, can he do it? I apologize. That is doing him a disservice. Of course, he can do it. And what an incredible series from him alone, Jorby.
Absolutely. I am scared for either team. Omelette, I'm sure that they want another crack at that. But they might not get it. Coming up next, Rogue versus Omelette, a rematch from earlier in this tournament. Can Omelette pull the double whammy, or are they going home? Find out after the break.